Hi, welcome to my channel.
Hey, Uncle Kenny, football. Hey, yeah.
If you're new here, my name is Cedric. I'm an actor, a filmmaker, a screenwriter, and a YouTube reactor, and we're having a lot of fun on this channel. It's been a great time. Just a real quick plug. Sorry. If you're new here and you live in the United States, my film, Kadia the World Within.
See, we could save your sister and your brother. We could save your grandfather. We could save everyone.
With you by my side, we can win this war.
And surely that's what's good.
What you need to understand is, to rise, first we must learn to fall.
Which stars two-time Emmy and Golden Globe nominee Corbin Burnson and Harry Potter's James Phelps. He played Fred Weasley in that franchise. They're both in it, and it's a low-budget family fantasy indie film, and you can buy or rent it on Amazon Prime and Vudu, and hopefully it'll be out very, very soon in some other places. So you can check that out, and any other films that I'm in and stuff, they can be found. You just gotta look for them, you know? Anyway, sorry, it's just because I think some of you are new here, because it's a new artist, and that's really exciting. This has been very, very requested, and I'm really excited to check it out. But before we do that, I want to just really quickly say thank you to my patrons on Patreon. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your understanding. I just appreciate all of you so much. You make it so much easier for me to write my screenplays, for me to do my auditions, for me to go film and travel across the country to do musicals like I did in September, and etc., etc. So thank you for that. Thank you so much. Now, this is a new artist, and if you're new here, one thing you should know is this is not just a reaction, it's also an analysis. So I'm going to pause. I'm going to talk about cinematography. I'm going to talk about vocal effects, lens choices, why there might be a wide-angle shot in a particular place. I'm going to talk about acting choices. I'm going to talk about production design. This is not just a quick reaction. I'm going to pause, I'm going to talk, and if that's not your cup of tea, that's okay, and I respect you, but that's going to be what it is, and that's my cup of coffee, you know? It's good stuff. Really good. Okay, let's jump in. This How You Like That has 1 billion views. That is a lot of views. That is more views than my channel has. That's a lot of anything. That's 1 billion that's a big number. Like grains of rice, that's a lot. Blades of grass, that's a lot. Dollars, that's a lot. I don't have 1 billion anything except regrets. Okay, let's watch this.
BLACKPINK in your area. 보란 듯이 무너졌어. 바닥을 뚫고 저 치아까지. 엊그처럼 잡겠다고 저 높이 두 손을 뻗어봐도.
Okay, lots of stuff right off the bat. Anybody that knows my channel knows I love film scores, and that opening was very cinematic. It's an orchestra that dun, da, da, da. Like, that's great. That's a great intro.
BLACKPINK in your area.
So good, especially because I think this is probably a music video where they were aware that people that may not know them, like I don't know any of their names, I know nothing about them at all except they're a K-pop group, and most of my K-pop exposure has been BTS, a little bit of Stray Kids thrown in, G-Idol. That's kind of been it, and I've really only heard a few of those other songs, a lot of BTS, but I don't know any of them. So this is immediately telling me that they are very serious about what they're doing. This is not just pop, this is elevated art right off the bat. Just off the opening shots. Now, we're in a very rich tone early on. We're in very heavy blue and purple color palettes. A lot of textures, a lot of production design happening. We go to this first young woman that's singing, and it's very soft blue in her shots. You know, oh, there's a little bit of red in that opening too. More red than blue, I apologize. Red and purple. But we go to this blue, there's shimmering light on the walls, which is just a lighting effect that you can do. It's a gobo effect. Same thing we did in Sunset Boulevard for the pool. We had a gobo that was playing on the stage, made it look like shimmering water. So They're using that on the wall. It's very evocative of water. It's a soft blue. It gives the effect that she's underwater. Then we go to this soft pink. So transitioning from soft blue to soft pink, we're staying in a similar feeling palette, but it's a harsh color change. Now we're adding a lens flare. So instead of having the visual palette on the background with this water texture, now we're having the lens shoot through. When that lens breaks through on the final shot, the wider shot of that, it's really breaking on a lens flare that's yellow and purple, very diamond type feel. And then we cut to this very dark world. So we're going from lots of light to dark. It keeps it really interesting. And as we're transitioning now, I'm getting an identity of each performer. She goes from this soft pink, light shooting through on the line, again in this dark place, light up the sky, light beaming down from up top. That's a nice top soft light in a dark place, adding some more of that red that we saw early on with blue in the background. I am loving the production design of this, let alone the musical production. I love their voices. These are, I'm 28 seconds in. These are serious musicians. I like this a lot.
다시 캄캄한 이곳에 light up the sky. 네 두 눈을 보며 kiss you goodbye. 실컷 비웃어라 꼴종이가 이제 너희 하나 둘 셋. How you like that? You gon' like that? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. How you like that? How you like that? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Okay, listen, this is great. This is great. This is great. Okay, this is great. I don't know if I mentioned that, but this is great. Wow. First, the chorus. That is going to be stuck in my head. You know what it reminds me of? Is Kirk Cousins.
You like that? You like that?
It's just great. How you like that? Now again, production design. Look at all the plants we've got here. Now what in these different we're pulling in a lot of natural world imagery with the water, with that kind of hole in the ground that reminded me of Luke's vision in Empire Strikes Back. That kind of cave there when she said she was in the dark place. Now we're getting a ton of plants in. This green really pops. You guys know on this channel, you've heard me talk about color theory. Pink and green clash. Using that here is awesome. Such a good choice. Using those overhead shots when she's in the dark place to come down from this place of light, to shoot down that way, cutting on the beat, doing all the things. I don't even remember everything that got me so hyped. I was so oh, I know what it was. As she was falling down, she's on a bed of roses. That is really symbolic. A lot of the time, it's a reference back to the classical paintings and images of Ophelia and Hamlet. A lot of debate on what she did, but essentially drowned. If you've seen Melancholia, they reference it a lot. But drowns, and they often say that, you know, she's presented surrounded by flowers. It's this very soft image in death. And it's contrasting this softness with this harsh reality. Now, we've already established this soft blue, soft pink in the dark place. Now we've got these soft performances in it, this honesty, these wonderful, beautiful voices that are soft and kind of lilting and flowing really naturally. And then we have the ta-ta-ta. How you like that? Now we're contrasting the harshness with the softness again. So you can see how the production design and how the way they're shooting it is tying itself in with the actual production of the song. And that is what the best music videos do.
Look at you now, look at me. Look at you now, look at me. Look at you now, look at me. How you like that now? Look at you now, look at me. Look at you now, look at me. Look at you now, look at me. How you like that? Your girl need a doll and that's 100. Package 중에 100 내 몫을 원해. Come on, get some. 나 같지만 어쩔 순 없잖아. What's up? I'm right back. 방금 slide cut back. Plain Jane get hijacked. Don't like me, then tell me how you like that, like that. Don't come.
Ah, it's so good. It's so good. The production design is outstanding. Being in this street, obviously a lot of cultural influences going on there, but you can hear it in the music. Adding that on, we're seeing it visually being pulled in, but she's on the street. She's kind of dressed down compared to a lot of what we've seen. Flash to her on the throne, she's dressed up. So we're saying that there's two realities there. The harsh world of being on the street, you can see the hawk, the bird of prey sitting next to her, with the softer side of being the royalty. Again, it's pulling that in. Now we've got this really lovely dress, red against the purple. This is a very a classic color combination to try to pull in the idea of temptation, of poison, of danger, but also of love, of passion. But the black umbrellas, a fascinating choice. What's in the background? We've got this water gobbo happening again. So you can see how they're pulling in these themes over and over. I really love this. I also really like that it seems like they're having fun. It seems like they're not taking themselves too seriously. At the same time, they're taking themselves extremely seriously. And there's a dichotomy there that I really, really like a lot. These are wonderful, wonderful musicians.
shine like the stars. 그 미소를 띠며 I kiss you goodbye.
Nice. See again. This is the contrast.
How you like that?
Now going from the red to the blue, going from the fire to the snow. See? I am obsessed with this song. I'm going to be singing this all day. I promise you I'm going to be singing this all day. I love it. But jumping from the fire world with umbrellas that are burning. What are umbrellas meant to do? Protect you from water. Water was shining in the background. Umbrellas burn. Now we're in a world of ice. Robert Frost, eat your heart out. Little poetry joke for those of you that like poetry. This is incredible. I mean, the song itself is outstanding, but the visual poetry of this music video, their performances, so confident, so into what they're doing. It is just outstanding. Wearing white so that they're in with the snow, the color combo's there, but they're against the blue. What's popping against the blue? We have red hair. We have a yellow strap to a tank top of some kind. We have black on her shirt here. So there's still things that are separating them from where they're in, but everything is cohesive. There's always a design that's happening, and the camera work is really there to enhance that performance. They're doing a lot of close-ups. There's a nice mix of move. I don't really think there's been almost any steady shots, non-moving shots, which works. For a video that's using this level of energy, it really works to just keep moving the camera, keep pushing through with that energy. This is outstanding.
Now look at me, look at you, now look at me. How you like that?
Nice. See how it's much more controlled motion now? Just real quick, because I know there's obviously a transitioning happening here, so I'm going to go back 5 seconds. But I was just talking about the camera work. It's been a ton of movement. Well, then at the bridge there, when we come in with a lot more control, it starts pushing through to much more controlled movement. We have the steady shot where she's walking out, a slow dolly in to show the scope of the room and her being in a place of power in there. We have a Dutch angle in a hallway with lights flashing on and off. So now we're getting into this place of control. Visually, we're slowing it down with the song and making us, at this point we're already in, this is almost a moment for us to be pulled in further by pulling it back. Really great choice. Now, of course, they're gonna do something incredible here. Love the imagery of the wind behind her. Very Game of Thrones. Oh! Are these all members of the group, or is it?
Bring out the boss, bitch.
Great dancers.
BLACKPINK.
It's just 5 of them, right? 4. How do I like that? A lot. I like that a lot. That's how I like that. That is one of the most hype music videos I've ever seen, but it's not just hype. It has earned every one of these 22 million likes. This is incredible cinematography, incredible producing on the music itself, great dancing there at the end, right? In this new space, this very techno-heavy space, which is contrasting really well with this more, I don't want to say refined, but not like a sci-fi set that they've been in. It's more of almost a fantasy type world that they built. A lot of hard, soft contrasting, great colors throughout the whole thing. This was great. I don't know what song people normally introduce themselves to BLACKPINK on, but I'm really glad that this was my first one because that was as good a music video as I've seen in quite a while. I loved everything about that. It was really good. I'm a fan of theirs. I look forward to discovering more and continuing to be a fan of theirs. Wow. All right, well, that's all I got for you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'm sure that there will be more Blackpink at some point in the future. I don't know when that'll be, but I promise you I'm looking forward to seeing more because they are outstanding. But until next time, please fix your posture, drink lots of water, take care of yourselves. I hope you're having a wonderful holiday season. Please try to stay warm and be well. I'll see you next time.